Good morning, children. Welcome back. Today we will be starting with English. So, children, we have finished with October portion. Now we will be starting with November portion. Today we are going to start with an interesting story about Rumpelstiltskin. Now, it is a very interesting story and funny too. So, now, who was Rumpelstiltskin? Rumpelstiltskin was a small man, elf. He was an elf. Elf, you all know, na? That a person whose height does not grow is known as an elf. So he was, and he helped this girl, and in return he wanted many things. So let us see what happens and how this story goes and how this story starts and what is the end of the story. Uh, Let us begin with this story. Now, Rumpelstiltskin. Uh, Once there was a miller. Who is a miller? Who does who is a miller actually? You know that? A person who has mill, okay, or who works in a mill. Okay, now a mill means a factory type or a chakki, atta chakki. Okay, is known as a mill. Okay, so he was a miller. He used to crush those grains and take out wheat flour. He had a beautiful daughter. One day the king came riding by. So what happened? Oh, he had a very beautiful daughter. Okay, and one day what happened? A king of that place came riding by and to his place wherever he was staying or wherever he was having his mill. And in general, he asked this miller, "What do you do?" He asked. The king asked this man, "What do you do?" So, what did he say? "I'm a miller, sir." And then this all story started of lies. Now, this was true that he was a miller. But after that, whatever he spoke was a lie. My daughter spins straw into gold. He just wanted to boast. Boast means badhai marna. Okay. So what did he say? Okay, this was true that his daughter was very beautiful. But the other lie, what did he speak was, my daughter spins straw into gold. Now listening this king got very much fascinated. "Really?" said the king. "I'll test her in the palace tomorrow. If she can't, she'll be in trouble." Now, this was a king. He was like, okay. So, for a second, he thought, and then he said, "Okay, bring your daughter tomorrow to my palace, and I will test her. If everything is fine and whatever you are saying is truth, then okay. Otherwise, she will be in trouble." See, he was not so much, shocked, or he was not so much fascinated by hearing that he is having a beautiful daughter. He was fascinated by hearing that he can spin straw into gold. Now, spin straw into gold means spin, chakki. There is a chakki, there is a wheel, okay? In that, in olden times, they used to spin cloth from the thread in that wheel. So now he said that from straw, what is straw? Straw is dried grass. Okay, from that she can spin that dried grass can be converted into gold when she starts spinning on this wheel. The next day, the king showed. Now, the next day, what did this miller do? He brought his daughter to the king palace, and the next day the king showed the girl to a room full of straw and a spinning wheel. Now this same he wanted to test this miller's daughter. So what did the king do? He took this miller's daughter to a room full of straw, a small room full of straw, and a spinning wheel. Okay. And what did he say? No, come on. Start, said the king. I'll be back in the morning. And he said, okay, fine. Now start doing your work, whatever you are famous for, or whatever your father said that you can spin straw into gold. Now start spinning the straw into gold. The king left. The miller's daughter sat and cried. Just then, a little man ran inside. Now, the moment the king left, this miller's daughter was so much worried and tense that she started crying. She said, I cannot do this because I don't know how to spin straw into gold. So she started crying. And as she started crying, the door opened. Ta-da! The door opened, and what did she see? A small man entering the room, and the small man asked this girl, "Why are you crying?" She was so much tense. She could not even think of anything, and she just started bursting out. She just started saying everything. She told everything, and she said, I can't spin this gold. Now she was so worried that she said, I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. Okay. Then what did he say? What will you give me if I do it as the man? Now the man, he was like, he can do that. He had this talent. Okay. So what did he say? That if I do this for you, what will you give me? Then this king's daughter said that I will give you my necklace. Sobbed the girl. Now what did she say? That I will give you my necklace. Okay, if you help me, then I will give you my necklace. The little man took the necklace and started working. Okay, he spun and spun, and in the morning, whole night he spun that straw into gold, and in the morning the room was full of gold. The reels were full of gold. See, you can see on this, these are reels. Okay, on the screen you can see these are the reels of spun gold. Now the king was pleased, but he was greedy. The next morning when the king arrived in the room, he was very much shocked and very much happy to see so much of gold everywhere. He was very much pleased, but this king became greedy. Greedy matlab lalchi. Okay, so he took the girl to a larger room and told her to spin the straw and left. Then what did he do? He took this girl with him to a larger room, a bigger room now. And same way, what did he do? He told to spin the straw and left. She again sat and cried. Same way he did. Now more straw, more gold has to be spun. So again she sat down and started crying. Then, ta-da! Again what happened? Then the little man came again. This time, so again the same old man came. That little fellow came, and again he asked, "Why are you crying?" Again the same story. She said again, you know it, I cannot do this." So now again he promised to help her, but he wanted something in return. So now he said, "What will you give me now?" Last time you gave me the necklace. Now what you will give me? So she said, I'll give you my ring. Okay. So again, this man took the ring and he started spinning. And in the morning, again, when the king came in the room, it was full of gold. Everywhere, reels of gold were there. And again, he was happy. So, the king saw the gold in the morning and his eyes twinkled with greed again. He took the girl to a hall full of straw. Now, again, one more, a big hall full of straw. Again the same story. Again she started crying. What to do now? 2 times that little man helped her. Now what? Then again, ta-da! And the little man arrived. And same way, he asked this girl, why are you crying? Again she said, I cannot do this. So he said, okay, fine, I'll help you out. But what you will give me in return? Now this girl did not have anything to give. So what did she say? That, okay, I'll promise that if you help me, I will give you whatever you say. So this this little man thought for a while, and what did he say? That, see, after some days you will be becoming a queen of this province. So after you become a queen, after you marry this king, the first child you have, you will give it to me. The poor girl agreed because she did not have any choice. So she said, okay, what to do? I don't have any choice. I don't have any options left. I want this to be done or to be converted into gold, because if it does not happen, then I'll die or I'll be in trouble. So she said, okay, whatever you say, I'll give you. Give me my first child when you become queen. The next morning again. So the little man started doing his work. Again in the morning, full everywhere there was gold reels. Now, this happened and the king was very much pleased and happy with this girl. So he proposed her for marriage and she became the queen. Now, a year later, she had a child. Okay? A year later, she had a child. And then the little man returned. So, a year later, she had a beautiful child. So, this little man again came because she has promised him. So, now, oh please sir, sobbed the queen, I am rich, take anything but not my child. Now this queen said, please, I beg you, I have everything now. Whatever you want, I can give you, but please don't take my child. Spare my child. Leave my child. And whatever you want, if you want gold, if you want diamonds, I will give you everything, but not my child. Now, this little man was a little bit considerate. He was knowing that she cannot do it, so he gave an option to her. What option? That if you find out my name in 3 days, keep your child. Okay, fine, I will not take your child if you are able to find out my name within these 3 days. So, when he came next day, she sang out names. Abbe, Bartholomew, Caspian, Drew, so many different types of names she called out. But it was of no use. No, he screamed, all wrong. Now he said, no, not at all. These are not my names. Not at all. The next day she tried again, and the man shouted, "No!" again. 2 days gone. Now, that evening, what did she sent a messenger to ride through the land and collect all the names that he could be found, and said, now a messenger was sent to find out what what different names people are having here, or something like that. So when he was riding through the woods, he came across a little man who was singing. "Oh, what a shame! Oh, what a shame! She doesn't know Rumpelstiltskin's my name. Today I brew, tomorrow I bake, and then the fair queen's child I'll take. Oh, what a shame! Oh, what a shame! She doesn't know Rumpelstiltskin's my name." Now, this man was dancing in the woods and singing this song that very good, she doesn't know my name, and now I will take away her child. So this messenger heard his name. And the next day this messenger came to the queen. And he narrated the whole story. He said that when I was going through this woods, and I heard this small little man singing this song, and he was saying that Rumpelstiltskin is my name. The next day morning, the happy queen, now when this little man came to the queen, she was very happy. First, she tried to say some other names. Okay, then suddenly she said, "Rumpelstiltskin is your name." This little fellow got so angry listening to his name that he stamped his feet in anger. A deep hole appeared under him, and he disappeared forever. So stamped means sore same pair marna. Okay, so he stamped his feet on the floor, and this floor got there was a hole in the floor, and he went inside that hole and disappeared forever. So this was the story of a Rumpelstiltskin, a small man, a little fellow who helped this girl, but he also wanted something which she could not give. So I hope you have understood the story, and it was an interesting story, right? And difficult words was also explained. More difficult words, we'll do it next time when I will read the story, and I'll explain it to you.